Welcome to part 2 of my guide. Today I'm going to talk about the wiring of the quad, because the wiring is very important and needs to be sorted out before actually assembling the frame, because a part of the electronics will go on the board here, after which you can decide either if you have enough room to put the SECs on the board, or how to place the receiver and the controller and so on. So first let's talk about the electronics and how they connect, so you will have a much better image of the whole system. I'm going to start with the controller. It's a CC3D controller and its wiring. I'm gonna unwrap it. For a simple setup, we are going to use just this cable, this one. This will plug in into the input port here. You can see it's written input. And you have here four main connectors, one with 3 cables and 3 simple ones, while the last 2 are auxiliary pins, which we are not going to use for now on this setup. The main wire is this one. This will supply power to your receiver, and it's also called the throttle wire. So you are going to plug it into your receiver. I'm using a Turningy 9X receiver. I'm going to plug it into channel 6, take care of the polarity, and the rest of the 3 plugs I'm going to plug random into channel 1, 2 and 3. You are going to configure that later, but this is a starting wiring. So the controller, it's connected to the receiver. Next, I'm going to move on to the power distribution board. On this plate you are going to connect the battery, so you are going to use some thick wires like this, to which you are going to solder a plug for your battery. So your battery will power this plug, and you can see here you have multiple pluses and minuses which all communicate with each other. So you can see minus here, it's connected to a circuit which goes to each minus here. The same goes on the other side for the pluses, and the plus on this side communicates with the plus on this side. So this is very simple. You just connect a plus wire and a minus wire like this. So when you connect the battery, all of these are connected to the same battery. Also, on the power distribution board, you are going to connect each of the ESCs using their power cables. They should go like this, black to minus, red to plus. So from the power distribution board you will have a wiring that looks like this. I'm gonna make some room. Of course, you are going to solder all of these, just for demonstration. So it should go like this. You have 4 ESCs connected to the same board. the board, which is also powered by the battery, like this. You get the idea. Alright, then each of the ESC will go to a corresponding motor, like this. You probably going to have a question about the motors. How do you connect them? You see the motor has 3 black wires, and the electronic speed controller also has 3 wires. You just connect them random, and during configuration, if you need to reverse the spinning direction of the motor, you just disconnect 2 wires and connect them otherwise. You just swap them, so that motor will turn in the opposite direction. About the direction of the motors have clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. You can know this from not only their specification on the box, but also from the nut that holds the propellers. If you turn the nut in a clock direction, it means this is actually a motor that will spin the other way around. It's anti-clockwise spinning, so the nut goes clockwise. This is to prevent the propeller from spinning out of the motor. So these are the motor connected to the ESCs. Now we need to connect the ESCs to the controller. You need to know that the controller and the receiver need power, constant power, which will be supplied by only one of our ESCs. In my case, each ESC is capable of delivering power, as it has an additional internal voltage regulator. So on this wire, the control wire of each ESC, you see it has a 3-pin plug, like this. You can see all of them. These plugs should go into the controller on the output, but you need to know that you must not supply 4 power connectors to the controller. You just need to use one of them. So from all of the plugs, 3 of the plugs actually, you are going to remove the plus wire, and you are just going to power from only one ESC. So you are going to plug like this a 3 wire into here, and from the rest of the cables we are going to remove the plus wire.